Okay, then we should be live. Let us know in the chat. Hello, Kyle. If the audio's okay. Hopefully you've seen some pictures on the screen. So we're just starting qualifying. So tonight we are trying something new. This is Le Mans Ultimate, or Le Mans Ultimate. We've never done this before. I certainly haven't streamed this before. So it's all a bit of an experiment. We're going to have a play around with the overlays and things like that. You can see on the screen at the moment that we've got the standard tower up there on the left hand side, and then down on the right hand side that's a little widget for qualifying. So yeah, this is all a bit of a pre-season test, should we call it, both for the game, for streaming, and actually for the guys as well, because nobody's that familiar with this title. Well, actually that's a lie. There are some people in here that have done a lot of racing recently in this game, but as a let's say slip and grip community, we've not done a great deal. So we are looking at, cheers in the chat, Kyle, cheers Andrew. Yeah, there's been a lot. So Andrew's just saying in the chat, catching up on the bike racing, there's been so much going on this weekend. So I've spent just about, I'd say about 18, 19 hours watching the Nürburgring 24-hour, which for me, I have a very short attention span. That is very good. And it was a great race as well. I've never really paid Nürburgring that much attention. So that was really good and really kind of hooked me in, checking my phone halfway through the night just to see what's going on. So that was good. We've had the touring cars, British touring cars today. I know we've got the Indy cars at Road America, and I think we've got IMSA in Watkins Glen. What else are we missing? We've not got any F1 this weekend, but yeah, there's a lot going on, and sometimes it's pretty impossible to keep on top of everything. But obviously this evening, this is the highlight of everybody's weekend. This is Sao Paulo, so that we're at Brazil at Interlagos. We're running GT3 this evening, so we're not running the hypercars or anything like that. This is GT3s, which are apparently DLC, so this isn't part of the standard game, but I think this was a request from a few of the drivers. So we're just getting into it now then. So we're looking at Wesley Beekhouse in the 31 car. I do think there's an error because Tom Lyons, you'll see on the leaderboard, is actually number 31 as well. And next weekend Spa 24-hour as well. Yeah, it's Le Mans last week. It's all crammed into a very short space. So it's great for us as viewers and people that are into motorsport, but Jesus, I don't know how some people keep up and then can name every single driver in every single team. I just do not have the capacity or memory for that. So Wesley comes across the line, or down the start-finish straight to finish his first flying lap. So we'll see in the bottom right-hand corner what time this is. So we wait for it to go across the line. So it's a 1:37.790. So that is the benchmark for everybody else. And as you'll see as we switch on to other people, so let's have a look at Adam Foster, for example. Oh, he's just leaving the pits. Who have we got? Craig's just completed a lap in the black and orange Lamborghini. You can see down in the bottom corner, the 1:37.438 is the target lap time, which is actually set by Tom Lyons, because Tom Lyons has been across the line and set a quicker lap. So two of the GT3 cars are actually free. That's the Ford Mustang and the McLaren. So that's worth noting if you are interested in getting on board. Those two cars aren't DLC. And also, yeah, 17 people in the lobby this evening, which for a pre-season kind of warm-up session is really good numbers. And we hope that we can carry that amount of drivers, competitors through if we do decide to run this as a full championship. It's always a little bit exciting to start a new title. You know, it feels like the field is reset somewhat and gives everybody a bit of a chance to get their teeth into it. So we can see Tom Lyons on the 1:37.438. Then we've got Wesley's 3/10 behind. Then Matty Zenko in the Lexus, the 87 car, half a second behind Tom there. And then we've got Ant Brown, a late joiner, in the Ford Mustang. He's a couple of seconds off, and so is the rest of the pack, but they're all getting warmed up. We've just seen somebody fly off the circuit there. I'm not sure who that was. I think they might have been going back to the pits. So let's have a look, see who's on a quick lap. I've got the sectors here on this semi-usable interface. I can actually show you a quick, not that you want to see this, but you can see what I'm actually up to. No, you can't look. So let's try that again. It's going to look around. Some touring cars. Here's me. So I've got a list here on my right hand side. So there's sectors and stuff there. Pretty useful. It's not fully fleshed out yet, but hopefully in the later releases of this game it will be complete and it will be a useful tool, because it's pretty good at the moment, as we've just seen Wesley have a moment. But we'll get rid of me for now, because who wants to see that? Who are we going to jump on board with? Right, Senko. No fastest sectors at the moment. I'm not sure. So it's not showing me green sectors, which is slightly frustrating. It's only showing absolute bests, which is purple. So I will try and flick through and see who might be on a good lap. So Ant Brown is down 0.7. You can just see in the box on the bottom right. What have we got? We're looking for 26.1. Zenko's just leaving the pits. A few of the guys just getting to grips here, so we're not seeing many really quick sector ones. So Ant Brown quicker in the middle sector. I think that green sector, so you see the green box with the plus 1.109, I think that's up on his personal best. So green is personal best, orange is no good, and purple is session best, which is quite strange because that's all just turned purple. So maybe a bit of a bug there. Not really sure why that would display that way, because he hasn't gone to the top either. So yeah, maybe a bug there. May have to bear with us a little bit on the qualifying session as we look at Kevin DeHaan, who's now in second place. So he's nearly a second off. You can see in the timing tower on the left hand side he's 0.9 down on Tom Lyons. So Tom Lyons really is setting the pace here. See how many laps he's completed. Can't tell you that actually, unfortunately. I wonder what happens when I click on this. No, I can't tell you that kind of information. It's classified. We do have these little funky bits of information in the top left, so we can have, like, I was going to say energy remaining, but this doesn't appear to work in qualifying, so we'll just leave it on the gap to the leader. As you can see, we're just finding out as we go here. Kind of playing around with the tools that we've got. Like I say, they're not fully fleshed out, but hopefully this should give us a good indication. Right, so we should have been seeing a custom livery. So I've just had Andy in the chat. Can you have a look at Sam Wooldridge to see if it's a custom livery? And that, to me, unless he has a very bland imagination, is not a custom livery. So I think that's possibly because, as is with the world, it seems at this point in time, everything's subscription based, and I think to see custom liveries you need to be subscribed to like a higher tier subscription, which in all honesty is bonkers, but here we are. So that is a shame, because we can't see Sam's custom livery on that Porsche. I mean, the game, I do believe, is still in oh, I'm not going to say beta, but I don't think it's a full release. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the game's like 30 quid, and then if you want all of the DLC, it's another 40, which is steep. And then to have a subscription on top of that, I mean, don't get me wrong, iRacing is very similar in terms of price, but it's a hell of a lot more fleshed out in terms of everything. Let's say on iRacing, it's a very established title, and yeah, this has still got some R-Factor vibes about it, so maybe charging quite a premium there, probably to pay for the licensing, you know, being awarded the official Le Mans title. But anyway, I am waffling. Let's have a look what is going on. So we've still got Tom Lyons at the front, followed by Kevin De Haan and Wesley in third. Quite a big field spread at the moment. Yeah, so full release is in the near future, which is kind of mad when you actually think about that. You might have spent 80 quid and the game's not actually a full release yet, so how much is that going to cost when it is a full release? Or is this just to keep the bank rolling, so to speak? Who have we got? Tom Lyons has done a good first sector, but then a quite poor middle sector. What's Matty Zenko doing? He's down. Aaron Sterrett, or Aaron, sorry, not sure which one. Aaron. He's on a quick lap. He's currently 2.5 down in 5th position, but this looks like it's a quicker lap on his best so far, so we can actually jump on board. You'll have to excuse when we're on board, we have to kind of flick between the views like this, as somebody gone wide in front of him, because we have to cycle through the views at the moment, unfortunately. If you're wondering why the image is a little bit washed out, that's just because I've applied a bit of a let's say desaturation to it, because the game looks very kind of, let's call it cartoony as standard. It's very blocky colours, so I've just taken the edge off that, so obviously the blacks aren't quite as deep. But anyway, I'm waffling once again. So he's completed that lap, so that puts him, so he didn't improve there, still 2.4 down, only 2 minutes 20 to go. Who else maybe on a quick lap? They're all struggling. They're all well off the pace of the top two. So Tom Lyons and Wesley really walking away with this one at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how these guys can keep up in the race. We did have 4 people watching, now we have 1, and I'd imagine that's Andy, and we're in the background, so hello Andrew. I've scared everybody off with my constant waffling. So Harrison Fulton in the red Mercedes, not looking like he will improve. I'm not sure why we haven't seen a middle sector, so maybe this is an outlap. Let's see what happens when he crosses the line, because apparently he has missed the middle sector. So, and then 78 seconds, but still a purple sector. So I think you can safely say that's kind of broken. So maybe we won't pay quite as much attention to that, unfortunately. Quite a few of the guys in the pit at the moment. Kevin De Haan, he's only 0.8, so it looks like he's improving all the time in the M4 GT3. Sideways there on the exit. So currently we've got a field spread over the top 15 of around 4.5 seconds, which is pretty huge. But actually from 5th down to 15, there's just 2 seconds. So the top 4 at the moment, much further ahead than everybody else. Again, we can see just how bad these sector times or the display is. So that's a 1:35. Sorry, it's not a 1:35.4. That's the target lap time. Apologies. So that was a 1:36.2 from Kevin De Haan. No, it wasn't. That's his best lap. I can't see what his previous lap is. That's frustrating, isn't it? That's pretty useless. Could do with not, or we could do with knowing what lap time they've just done. Let's try something else. What happens if we click this one? Not really got any information on that one either. So onboard data. What's this? No, doesn't really do anything either. It's good. Yeah, so we're kind of struggling to see exactly what lap times these guys are doing because it is only showing their best lap. So qualifying is over. I don't think we've got anyone on fast laps. No, we don't. So everybody is in the pits. So quick rundown then. So it looks like we've got 2 guys. So we've got Gabriel in 17th, not setting a time.
Drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Classic comms there. And then we've got Kiss Racing, who maybe just needs to update his name there. In the 777, not setting a time either. Yeah, so something funky going on now with the gaps. That's not really what we need to see. Hopefully in the race this will become clearer. We'll leave it as a gap to the leader for now. Just wait for the timer to click over. You can see the 40 seconds in the top left. Once that ticks over, we shall start. So it looks like we've got a short rolling lap, so not a full lap for the start. Hopefully the tyre temperatures will be somewhere near where they need to be, so we don't have a huge incident into turn 1. So big field spread through qualifying, and I think a lot of the guys still learning as they drive tonight. So practicing as they compete, shall we say? Try and get some kind of
lap has started.
heli shot. Car rolling backwards there, so that is Tom Lyons. As they go up the hill. Seeing if we can get a heli shot. Here we can. Let's choose somebody. Looks like we've got a car going slow there. Looks like they may have got going now. So let's just see if we've got any better camera angles as they all warm up. This is all new to me. The start procedure, I'm not sure what kind of graphics they're getting. I know on ACC they get a lot more information. Big gap back to 4th position. Not sure why. Oh, here we go. So we have a late joiner. So that looks like Matty Zenko in the Lexus in 3rd position. So they're going to roll across the line now. We'll wait for the lights to go green. There's the green flag. Let's concentrate at the front of the grid for now. These camera angles aren't really the best. As they come through down... Oh, and that's a spin. I think that might be... I don't know who it is. This is mental. Yeah, okay, so we had 2 spinners there. That was Ant Brown and Matty Zenko. So those 2 getting together on the first lap. So not a great start from them at all. We've got Tom Lyons out in front, followed by Wesley and Kevin de Haan in third, so that's the black and white BMW there. Then Harrison Fulton, Joe Challoner, and then Craig Fulton in the black and orange McLaren. Then Troy Fry, Sam Wooldridge in the pure black Porsche, and then Van Dongen, followed by Jurovic, Adam Foster, Josh Copeland, and Matty Zenko and Ant Brown a little bit further back. And Kiss Racing and Ogra not even started. So they didn't set a qualifying time. Maybe that meant they couldn't start the race, I'm not sure. So as they come round to complete lap 1, it's Tom Lyons in the lead. He has got a 1.3 second lead from this guy in the other white and red M4 BMW, which is Wesley Beekhouse, and then he's got Kevin de Haan right on his tail. So let's have a look at this little battle for second position into turn 1. Wesley goes a little bit tighter on the exit. Kevin takes a later apex to try and get the run through turn 2 into turn 3. Looks like Wesley got a good run out of turn 3 though, down this short straight into a tight left-hander. See if Kevin can do anything from behind here. Just missing the apex, a little twitch there from Wesley up front. As they go up the hill, it looks like they've gapped Harrison Fulton in 4th. You can see Harrison's much further behind, so we'll try and stick with this little battle for second position, just because it looks like this might be one of the closer battles on the circuit. Tom Lyons with the fastest lap on that first lap of a 1:42.2, but that was from a standing start. Who else have we got close? Let's have a quick look through the field then, see who might be close. So this is Troy Fry and Craig Fulton. So Craig Fulton in the black and orange McLaren there, and then that's Troy just getting into the back of Craig, a little touch there, and he's got Aaron Sterrett behind him here in the Lexus, so that's going to be close down the straight. He's got alongside Craig Fulton, has Troy, and it looks like it's going to go round the outside of that McLaren, which looks to be lacking some speed on the straight, the main straight. So they go into turn 1. Craig on the brakes a little bit deep again, takes a later apex, but it looks like Troy has got that move done. Bit of a train behind as well, so we've got Craig, Aaron, Van Dongen, and then Sam Wooldridge here battling. So Sam Wooldridge on the back of Van Dongen, trying to get that 9th position. Looks like Craig was going for a move there, as it takes a little while for the camera to pan around. Still as it was at the front with Tom Lyons, Wesley and Kevin in 1st, 2nd and 3rd, the top podium positions. And then Harrison Fulton, Joe Challoner, Troy Fry and Craig Fulton in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. So Craig still under pressure from Aaron. Aaron's gone down the inside and he's got him there. So Aaron moves up to 7th position, and Craig's having another look. He's gone into the back of Aaron there. Not fantastic from Craig, but he looks like he's getting on the defensive. He's struggling. So we're looking back now from the back of this black and orange McLaren at Van Dongen in the 87 car. Looks like Craig's missed an apex there, and that's going to cost him, as you see a car going wide in the background. I think that was a Mustang. No, sorry, I'm not sure what that one was. I think that was Igor. So we go down the straight. Can Van Dongen get a run on Craig? He's definitely getting a run, so let's jump off board to see where he is. Van Dongen goes down the inside into turn 1. Craig's outbraked him slightly. Takes a really late turn in, but Sam Wooldridge is getting involved, and Sam Wooldridge has side-to-side contact with Van Dongen. Van Dongen's on the back heels. It's allowed Craig to get away, but that has really invited Adam Foster. So that's Adam Foster in the Ferrari, who's trying to get through on Van Dongen, and that's Sam Wooldridge behind him in the black Porsche. and that is Josh Copeland just a little bit further behind in the Lexus. Two of them go wide up the hill, so this is going to be interesting as they come up here. So that's Adam Foster, Van Dongen, Josh Copeland and Sam Wooldridge all together. Sam Wooldridge, nearly into the back of Van Dongen, and Josh nearly gets into the back of Sam Wooldridge as well. Josh trying to go round the outside of Sam. Not having it there, he goes deep into the apex, manages to get the car stopped, but keeps an axle alongside there. So really close racing at the minute for this pack from 8th position downwards. Let's just have a quick look further up just to check we're not missing out on anything crucial. So that's Tom Lyons in the lead. Wesley Beekhuizen, he's been caught by Kevin De Haan in 3rd position, so we'll make sure we keep an eye on this gap. Then we've got Harrison Fulton on his own, and then Joe Challoner on his own as well. Troy Fry just in front of Aaron Sterrett, who's managed to clear that battle a little bit further down, and it all rages on. So it's Craig Fulton, followed by Van Dongen in the Lexus, then Adam Foster in the Ferrari, then Sam Wooldridge in the Porsche, Josh Copeland in the other Lexus. So Van Dongen has got past Craig there, but they're all over the curb. It's a great little battle for 8th position. That's Adam Foster going out wide, so he's being pushed out wide by Sam Wooldridge. He's right on the arse of Sam Wooldridge, and he's got Josh Copeland up the inside. This is good racing, 3 abreast into turn 4. Looks like Josh has got it nailed. Craig Fulton went wide, but so did Van Dongen, so that's bunched them all up again as they go up the hill. So we have Van Dongen, Josh Copeland, Craig Fulton, Adam Foster, Sam Wooldridge, and now Igor Jurovic has joined the party in the Corvette, the 81 Corvette, so you can see that there. So we've got a battle from 8th down to 13th, and this battle is going to rage on. 22 minutes to go. Hello in the chat, Cal. Right, yeah, Tom Lyons is kind of leaving at the front. Let's have a quick check in with the front guys. So Tom Lyons is well away, he's well out in front, half a second quicker than these guys. So we've got Wesley in 2nd, then Kevin De Haan putting him under lots of pressure. Then we've got Harrison Fulton in 4th position, then Joe Challoner in the Porsche in 5th, then Troy Fry in 6th, followed by Aaron Sterrett in 7th, and then Van Dongen in 8th position in the Lexus. So this is that battle. It's spread out a little bit here. It looks like something might have kicked off because Craig Fulton is quite far off the back of there. So he was at the front of this battle just a lap ago. As you can see, Van Dongen and Adam Foster going side by side through turn 2 or turn 3. It's going to be battle of the late breakers into turn 4. Who's it going to be? Van Dongen in the Lexus on the inside. More contact with Adam Foster. That's allowing Josh Copeland to get into this battle, and again Sam Wooldridge in the Porsche getting close as well. So far Van Dongen's been able to stay in front, but he's lost the position maybe to Adam Foster. It's still hard to call. Lots of the racetrack and a bit more being used, and he still goes around the outside of Adam Foster. So Van Dongen here putting up a valiant effort to protect this 9th position, and I think Adam Foster has got through now, and that's going to allow Sam Wooldridge to try and sneak through as well. And there's more contact. These cars getting pretty battered. Just having a quick look in the chat. Matty Zenko and Ant Brown had contacts in the first corner. Looks like there's been a change of position, so there's a battle here for 2nd position. This is Wesley Beekhuizen in the Lexus, and then Kevin De Haan in the BMW. Sorry, they're both BMWs. Kevin De Haan on the outside in the M's, like the BMW M colour livery, and Wesley in the white and red livery. So this is getting close. Kevin De Haan keeping Wesley under big pressure here for 2nd position. How far's Harrison Fulton? He's a long way back, so he's kind of in a race of his own, so he's not going to get onto the back of this battle in this race. Only, well, I say he won't. There is 19 minutes and 15 seconds to go, so we have only covered just over a third of this race so far. Tom out in front, looking pretty handy. Then we go down to fourth. Harrison on his own. Joe trying to catch up to the back of Harrison in fifth. Then Aaron Sterrett in sixth. Troy Fry in seventh. And Adam Foster back in eighth, with Sam Wooldridge now all over the back of him. So it looks like there's been an issue with Josh Copeland, because Josh Copeland was part of this battle, but it now is Igor Jurovic. Van Dongen a little bit further behind, and Craig Fulton is past Josh as well. So Josh has lost out to Matty Zenko and Ant Brown, so them two are recovering. We're looking at Matty Zenko now in the 87 Lexus, so that's the middle car of these three. He's recovering from that early turn one incident along with Ant Brown, but Ant Brown a little bit further back. So Matty Zenko is coming through here, and he's come through on Van Dongen. We know Matty does have good pace, so he's up to P11. So he's the front car of those two Lexus as we look at them go down the main straight. So he's into 11th. He's got Igor Jurovic in the Corvette slightly further up in the 81 car. So he's just going into turn one, and then Matty just on the entrance to turn one as well. Then we've got Sam Wooldridge and Adam Foster, who have cleared off now. They've checked out ahead of those guys. So that little battle we had, let's take a breath. That little battle we had from I think 8th down to 13th, that has all spread out quite significantly. So we're just going to have a look at the gap size. Let's have a look at the relatives. Let's switch that on to gap 2 next. So you should see on the timing screen now. So that is your gaps. So it's no longer to the leader. So you can see there's a close battle for third position between Wesley and Kevin DeHaan. Only 0.3 of a second at the moment. The next closest is probably Sam Wooldridge and Adam Foster in 8th position. And then all the other gaps over a second. So let's concentrate on this battle, because it looks like it's the one to watch at the moment, and it's near the front. So Kevin DeHaan has been close to Wesley for the whole race. Wesley getting all over the curbs, too deep in both of those corners. He's gone defensive early on the straight, and Kevin DeHaan maybe lacking a bit of straight line speed there, so maybe some setup differences, because it looked like he was going to get a really good run on Wesley, but he had to check into the inside. Let's just quickly jump on board, shall we, and watch this battle commence. So trying to look for a bit of an undercut there. The car washes out quite badly there. See the rear of that Lexus, sorry, the BMW squirming around. Lots of curb taken. It doesn't seem to throw the cars off too much. As we look back from Wesley's car, that imposing grille and headlights of the BMW, a little bit wide there for Kevin, but can he get a good run through here up the hill? Oh, a little twitch there from Wesley. The camera car just saw, as we exited that corner, a little twitch, but it does look like he's got really good straight line speed. Or maybe it could be the gearing, and then will we see Kevin come back at him towards the end of the straight? Doesn't look like it at the moment. So it's as you were for now. Tom Lyons still out ahead. He's done a 1:35.2, and these guys are doing mid 1:35s. Wesley the quicker of the two at the moment. What are the battles we got on track? So Sam Wooldridge is still close. Look at this as they come over the hill. He's right in the slipstream here of that Ferrari of Adam Foster in the 66 Ferrari. Will he think about lining up? Looks like Adam's going middle of the road for now. Defends the middle of the road. Will Sam go down the outside? He does. Will he then try and switch back underneath, or just go purely around the outside? It looks like he's gone around the outside, but it's not quite enough, because Adam's and Sam's into a spin and he's lost it. He loops it on turn two. A little bit of door-to-door contacts there between Sam and Adam Foster. wasn't anything malicious, but he's having to wait there for some traffic, or is he having a rage quit? I'm not sure. That is a shame, and we'll switch back here because it looked like there'd been a bit of a gap there, but there isn't. Right, let's take stock. What are our gaps looking like? Ant Brown all over the back of Craig Fulton. Currently the closest battle on track, not by much. The battle for third or second position is equally as close. You can see the front of that Ford Mustang is really battered and beaten up. The McLaren looking much nicer. Craig managing to stay out of any major incidents so far. Let me know who the Badger is. Oh, as Craig gets absolutely done there by Ant Brown. Will he have any reply? Oh, he's all over the curb and he's nearly looped it. Thought he was going to spin there. He has spun. You can just see the car getting out of shape, and it just looked like he'd over-rotated a little bit, and indeed he has. We're going to switch back to this battle for second position because it's still now the closest. All the gaps around 3 to 4 seconds now, so that's really opened up. Van Dongen is in the pit, so he's had a bit of a nightmare after that early battling for that 8th position pack. So that's a shame for him. 13 minutes to go, and we're still quite close. It looks like Tom is out in front without too much trouble. Still only 3.5 second lead. Well, 3.6. She's changing all the time. Kevin DeHaan, what have I missed? I feel like I missed that. Where's he? He was in third. What's going on? Kevin DeHaan was battling Wesley for second position, and he's just... Has he left the server, or is he in the... Is he in the pits? He's in the pits. I can't do a replay. Did anyone see what happened on the stream? Because I saw nothing there. So it's a DNF. He's not just in the pits. As you can see in the leaderboard. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Because he was the entertainment. Let me know who is the Badger in the chat. I'm assuming that might be Matty Zenko. So let's see how Matty can get through the pack. He is currently... Oof. He's currently 8 seconds behind Adam Foster in 7th. So that is a big ask. Very big ask. Who else do we have? Spot the small gap. 0.9, Aaron Sterrett, sorry. He is now catching Joe Challoner for 4th position, so he's really caught. How is Craig Fulton? That's not Craig Fulton, it's Harrison Fulton. Anyway, so Joe Challoner in the white Porsche there, pursued by Aaron in the black and red Lexus. Could do with a few more liveries because there's a few that are very, well, identical bar the car numbers. So can Joe do anything about this charge from Aaron? He looks like he's going up the inside straight away. Joe's got really wide out of that exit, but he's managing to defend the inside. He's gone really tight in there, and Aaron will go a late apex to get the drive out, but it's not going to really work because of the nature of this circuit. One corner leading into another, but he is on the back of him, leading on to the back straight now. So let's have a look on board. Just about manages to get his nose up the inside of Joe Challoner there, but Joe chops his nose off and says, no, you can wait another lap. Just 10 minutes to go then. Joe using all of the road there. You use it, son. You've paid for it. Not quite close enough down to turn 1 this time around. The rear of that Porsche looking like it really is showing its weight. The direction change didn't look fantastic. Both of the cars well wide out of turn 3. We've got another battle with Sam and Igor Jurovic coming up as well, but currently this is the closest on track. We'll have a quick look at Sam Wooldridge, see if he can close in to the back of Igor. Not quite just yet. 9 and a little bit to go in terms of minutes. So this is Aaron having a look up the inside of Joe again. This circuit really... Oh, it just leaves his nose in there. Bit of a sneaky snifter, Andrew. Didn't work though, Joe had it covered. Joe managing to get it parked on the apex and not allowing Aaron through this time around. Looks like Troy Fry is catching the back of Adam Foster as well, so some of these gaps closing back up. We've also got Sam Wooldridge who's closing in to the back of Igor Jurovic. But yeah, Troy Fry, ooh, did he get through there? Looks like he has got through. He's trying to go around the outside, and he has. He's got that move done on Igor Jurovic, so another place for Sam Wooldridge. Still no luck for Aaron to getting past Joe Challoner in the Porsche, although he's got good straight line speed. He's looking up the inside, trying to get in the mirrors of Joe Challoner, just trying to get him to move defensive and compromise that line through that left-hander. Hasn't worked this time around, but he does look really feisty on the back of Joe, constantly moving to the inside and making Joe make a decision whether to defend or not, and it's kind of working because Joe's missing a lot of apexes here. Who's that? Did I just see somebody spin? What? I swear I just saw a car. Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't. I thought I saw a car in the background, and Aaron now is really, really close to the back of Joe. As one more time we head through the penultimate corner. He's missed the apex, and that's allowed the Lexus to get a really good run here. It's flat out all the way to turn one. Can he get his nose up this time? But no, Joe chops off his nose again. Couldn't get any closer there if you wanted to, but Joe's got good straight line speed in that Porsche, and he manages to just keep the inside. Is he going to go defensive? He goes half defensive, and Aaron decides to take the normal racing line there, but I really thought Aaron had the run there. He got a great run out of the final turn, but just was unable to convert that into a move down into turn one. The straight line speed of that Porsche looking really, really good in whatever setup he's got, if he remembers to not drive onto the grass. As we see Joe just taking a little bit of dirt there. And he still managed to keep quite a good gap, but he's gone wide there. Really wide there, but it has allowed him to get a good exit. Trying to keep an eye on the gaps. I don't think we've got anything closer than this, so we will stick with this battle. 5 minutes 50 seconds to go then. Joe's looking like he's really starting to feel the pressure from this Lexus behind as we look over the rear wing of Joe Challoner's Porsche. This is a similar sight to what Joe will see, the front end of that Lexus looming large in the mirrors. Really difficult to concentrate on where you're wanting to place the car and concentrate on your lap time when you've got a car this close. Really putting under pressure, and Joe's got on the throttle too early there and he's had to back out of it so he didn't go too wide. And once again, so Aaron's gone to the outside this time, mixing it up a little bit. He hasn't gone down the inside again. Can he get the straight line speed here? He's still lacking a bit in straight line speed. They're quite far apart, so they won't know exactly where each other is. Is he going to try a late braking manoeuvre? He doesn't. Thinks better of it. He's running out of laps. Joe's gone way too early on the turn in there, and he's cut the track, so he'll have to probably give up that position, I'd imagine, or at least back off, and he's backed off. I mean, it's not Formula 1, so we can do what we like, but yeah, he turned in really early into turn one and just had no way of making or keeping the car on the circuit. He's outbraked himself again. It looks like that car just wants to plough on. The battle raging on then. Let me check the gaps. No, we're good. There's no other battles anywhere else other than this one. So we will stick with it for the final 4 minutes or so, unless anything pops up. If actually, as I say that, Troy Fry looks like he just got really close to Matty Zenko, and Matty Zenko's had a spin, it looks like, because I think that was a move. Matty Zenko tried to pull on Troy Fry for 7th position. It didn't pay off. There's damage on the front of the car there, so he maybe got into the back of Troy. Still, this battle very, very close for 4th position. As close as it has been, to be honest, as the camera shakes as they rattle past uphill into this final sector, so the drag over the hill. We know the Porsche's been quick. The Lexus has been well in the slipstream on the last couple of laps and been able to do nothing about it. So I don't expect anything different this time around, but it does look like he's getting a bit of a run here. Will he go for a late move on the brakes, and will Joe defend? Chosen not to defend again. Very sensible racing here. He's kind of just waiting for Joe to make a mistake, because we have seen Joe making quite a few mistakes. You can see how much pressure Joe's under. He's deeper in every single apex, and the Lexus just able to just sit there quite composed in comparison. Will he have a look down into turn 4? Joe thinks about defending. He's gone for the move, I think. It was like a... didn't quite fully commit there on the brakes. I think he could have just faded out the brakes there and stopped Joe being able to turn in, but it goes on again for another lap. 2 minutes 40 to go. The top two, 43 seconds in front of Harrison Fulton. That's a huge gap. Oh, and his contact into the back of back of Joe, as Joe was slow on the apex. Aaron just bumping into the back of him, maybe just getting tired of following the back of that Porsche. He's going to get a bit more fighty with 2 minutes to go, as once again we round the final sector, the final left, before going flat out all the way to turn 1 over the hill. Similar exits for both cars there. We go on board with Aaron. Does that Porsche get any bigger? He's starting to close, but just not got enough to feel comfortable about making a dive into turn 1. He's got a bit of a switchback here though, because Joe again deep. Much better traction and composure through there, but it's understeering on the power look. You can see that car always wanting to push out wide as he was on the throttle. So maybe two different handling beasts here. The Lexus wanting to push on the power, and then the Porsche being pretty tail happy. Lots of rotation in the Porsche, not so much in the Lexus. So the Badger is Sam Wooldridge, who's currently on his own in 9th position, trying to chase down Matty Zenko. We will stick with this battle because there is nothing else really kicking off. And this has been a really good race for these two. It'll be interesting to hear what they have to say about how the cars race and how they might take a little bit of contact as well. You see that Lexus again on throttle, just wanting to push through the corner. So throttle application for that Lexus key. You don't want to be on too early or too late, because you're either going to be wide or just not carrying the speed you want to. But he's getting a good run here. How confident is he feeling on the brakes this time around? Only 10 seconds to go, so this will probably be... So there will be one lap after this, possibly. Joe goes defensive into turn 1. Aaron takes the normal racing line. You can see he's getting a much better drive through this middle part, but he's struggling to stay on throttle because the car's just wanting to push wide. He's done a much better job this time around, and he's right on the back of Joe. So will Joe choose to defend? Because I think this will be the last lap. I've got no indicator whether that will be the case or not, but we'll assume it is. nothing into turn 4. We'll just have a quick look at Joe. Tom Lyons is going across the line, so let's see if that is the race complete. It is. That is the checkered flag. So and Aaron did get through. Briefly on the timing, it flicked over. We'll stick with it this time because the race has finished as far as I know. There's absolutely no indication on this game of a checkered flag on my end, so I am just guessing here. Joe still stays defensive. Probably not going to get the move done here from Aaron because he's running out of options unless Joe goes wide, and as himself he goes wide. He's just run out of time. Joe goes a little bit wide on the exit, but I think that's going to be enough to hold the lead across the line to take 4th position for Joe. And then the car we're on here is Aaron for 4th. So 3rd for Joe. Hang on. I don't know if that was 4th. Harrison Fulton. Yeah, it'd gone back to the pit. So Troy Fry in 5th. Adam Foster 6th. These positions aren't correct. Look at the state of the front of that car. I'm not sure what I think about the damage, let's say, graphics. It looks like he's stuck the front end of that Ferrari in a barbecue as he weaves around behind. I think that was Troy. Yeah, so as the guys go back to the pit, I think it's messed up the leaderboard somewhat. But not bad race. It was a little bit spread out, but we kind of expect that. We're not professionals here. But yeah, pretty good race. We had Aaron and Joe Challoner keeping us busy. And yeah, the first part of the first 10 minutes were very good. So let's have a look, see if we can get a result. Right, so that was qualifying results. So you can see just on the screen, that is the qualifying. So that's the first page of qualifying, and then second page of qualifying. I don't think it will give us the results as I've just been kicked out of the server. That's fantastic. Let me just try and jump back in here then. Let's get rid of those. Okay. Let's try and jump back in here. Again, this is... Okay, hang on. I have to put a code in here. Alright. So I can put the code in without... It's not working. No servers found. Well, you're learning with us here. It doesn't matter if you see the code, really, let's be honest. So it's saying there's no code found. So, is anybody else having that problem? Let me check. Okay, so there's going to be another server. So I'm assuming we will get a new code and then we can jump in. So until then, I guess we just sit here and I don't know, let's like cruise around the interface, shall we? Have a quick look at Le Mans Ultimate. So yeah, does this every time I click something, which kind of gets a little bit tiring. This is nicer, but as soon as you get into a let's say a session, you start to be reminded that of R-factor things. Just the way everything seems to load. Once you're in there, it then loads, rather than loading and then showing you it on the screen. You know, load it in the background. Hopefully we'll get this code sometime soon. I'll keep my eye on the Discord, and hopefully, yeah, we'll get sent this code to enter the new server. Bear with us, and we will be back in just a moment. So we've had an update. You have to manually set the start time because this is a paid host. Where am I? Should we stick this on? Okay, so this is like a paid hosting of the servers, and we've set it to 9 o'clock, which is 10 minutes from now. So basically we have to keep occupied for 10 minutes. So what should we do for 10 minutes? I'll show you around. Can't do that for 10 minutes. What else we got? Yeah. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Can look at some touring cars, eh? Yeah, I don't really know what to do. What should we do? Tell me. What about the custom? Can we do a custom theme? Let's have a look at that. How do we do that? Liveries. That's good, isn't it? There's no way to create one. Okay, whatever. Replays. Why didn't we think of that before? Why is it? There we go. Is there bumper view in this game, or is it fixed cockpit? No, there is a bumper view actually. I think there's bonnet cam, and yeah, you can be on the bumper as well. I'm not sure if you can manually assign that. You have to cycle through the views, but I've definitely seen a bumper view. Just going to have a quick look at the replay. I'm not sure how these replay controls actually work, but we've got 10 minutes, so let's have a quick rundown. That says practice. Is that right? No, this is the race. Okay. What's happening? I'm not sure that's full speed. We do get the telemetry though. That's quite cool. So we're currently watching in slow-mo, so does that play? I think so. We can switch cameras, that's good. So we can switch players as well, so let's have a look at Matty Zenko and Ant Brown. So what happened in this little incident? So Ant Brown is the 87 Lexus. Sorry, Matty Zenko is the 87 Lexus. Ant Brown on the inside in the Ford Mustang. Into the side of Matty, and they both go around. Oh, that's unfortunate, really. That's a shame. Right, what else happened? Let's have a look up front. Problem is, nothing's in order on my screen, so I'm kind of just guessing here. Yeah, the game looks pretty good, Sam. To be honest, maybe a little bit. I've probably gone a bit over the top with the washed out kind of colours, but it's going for that South American washed out TV feed, you know. Who have we got? What went wrong? We know Craig Fulton had a moment. Let's see if we can find where that all went wrong. So this was that little mid-pack battle. So this was a really good battle, and quite difficult because we've got like a few cars with very similar liveries in there. But yeah, generally this is really good racing. Go on board. Yeah, those Lexus don't like turning, do they? So on board with Craig Fulton. Oh, he's lost out big time there from Sam in the Porsche. Let's jump on with Sam. So this is just a replay. This isn't live. We're waiting 5 minutes until the next race. So it's all a bit of an experiment just to get used to the running of this title. So we're just having a quick look at the replay. See if we can spot anything that we may have missed on the initial stream. Amazing that it's 9 o'clock, and I was thinking 2 half-an-hour races, qualifying will be about 1:45. We'll be done by 9. We will not be done by 9. The mats. Which mat is that? The mat 3Z. Yeah, we could do with some custom liveries. This black Porsche is supposed to be a custom livery, but whether what I mentioned before, where you have to sign up for a subscription just to see custom liveries, which does seem ridiculous to me. That's. What about the car? Do you need a subscription to see the car next? Oh, and that was a bit of contact, wasn't it? So can we just roll that back very slightly and go on board? Is that Adam Foster? It was. So if we go on board with him, oof, that was a big shunt into the back. So who's that in front of us? Do we think? I can't actually tell. So, oof, just didn't expect him to brake, I don't think, because he went. I don't even think he got a chance to brake, did Adam, so that's probably caused quite a significant amount of damage. And then fighting around the outside, but it was all good battling this. I mean, it was fantastic to watch. I mean, at the time we probably could have stuck with this battle entirely because the rest of the field was getting quite spread out. But yeah, there was a bit of door banging, a little bit of contact, other than that quite heavy contact from the Ferrari there. It was all pretty clean and good close racing. Right, so we will be rolling round to get the new server up any moment, and we should get a new code. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so we're just waiting on the code, a couple of minutes to go. So as the server is created, the server admin will get a code to enter, and that, you know, we give that to everybody. And that's an easy way to access the server rather than listing it as a public lobby. Let's just jump out of the replay for now. And hopefully we can jump in and hopefully there won't be another hour practice session. Just bear with us. We're assuming now it is exactly 9 o'clock. We will have this code, this lobby code any second, and we will get on with it. Okay, you'll be pleased to know we have the code. And here we go. So you can see all the cars that should hopefully be joining. We will go into... did that not say practice? Anyone spot that? Maybe they will skip the sessions. This is kind of the stuff we would always find out, to be fair, because that's what this evening is about. So you can see them all loading in. If I switch to, you just see them all loading in here. But it does say practice, but it's only 5-minute practice, 15-minute qualifying. So I'm hoping they will just skip these. Hopefully there'll be an option when you actually join to skip. Obviously we can only watch at the moment. So hopefully the guys will have an option to skip that. Right, so we are nearly underway. One little comment that's just been made in the Discord. There's a chance that the when you set the limit on number of tyres, it's actually individual tyres rather than sets. So it was set to an odd number, like, I don't know, 3. So that there's a chance you can only change 3 tyres, which is quite good. Looks like we are struggling to skip the sessions. We're hoping that we can do that for the qualifying. I don't want to bore you too much, but let's be honest, if you're here watching this, you're probably either racing or, you know, you're watching this tomorrow, whenever you may watch this back. So can Tom Lyons do it all again? Lights to flag finish. Took the victory in race 1. Took pole for qualifying, so it will be the kind of grand slam, because he also got the fastest lap in that race 1, so he could take every honour there is. I think Tom might have done some practice. Don't get me wrong, he's doing very well, but I reckon he may have turned a lap or two around here. Not sure if this is a bug with the game, but it looks like the brake discs continually glow even when there's apparently no braking. Let's check in, see what's going on. Still asking about tyres, but that's not important, is it? Not for us. I'm really hoping we can skip the qualifying though. I mean, if we can't, we can't. It just means we'll have another qualifying session. Maybe this time, now the guys have got a little bit more practice, a little bit more familiar with the cars, the qualifying would be a little bit closer. And we did always used to do qualifying between each race. I remember when we very, very first started on a Wednesday evening on the original Assetto Corsa, we used to do qualifying race and then qualifying race. So it, you know, gave you that opportunity to start further up the grid in each race. unfortunately. The oh, things are happening. So it's rolled over to qualifying. Let's hope they can skip this. But it would be quite nice if we could show the results at the end of the race, because we can show the practice and, you know, if I use an example of practice results, there you go, you can see on the screen. If that was a full session, you would see all the times, and then there would be 2 pages. So that's all very, very good. I quite like that. It's just a shame we can't get that within the session. That would be really, really handy to have. Let's turn the usual stuff on. Just going to see if this looks like we're probably going to do another qualifying session. Let's see if that graphic works a little bit better this time. Just having a little tweak with the colours. You may have seen the screen starting to change there, but it's just a little bit too washed out. We're trying to go for a look of, you know, TV coverage stream. I mean, this kind of broadcast layout, I think that's the goal, isn't it? To make it feel like you're actually watching something broadcast. So we'll go with that. I think that looks quite good. So what is going on? Are we doing a full qualifying session? I would guess by the amount of people that are not in the pits that we are indeed doing another full qualifying session. Okay, so we know Tom Lyons is fast. Shall we jump on board with Tom Lyons? There's the bumper cam. Somebody was asking earlier. A really nice view of the tarmac. Ooh, and the Lexus really stepping out there. So that was a bit of a lap with Tom from the bumper cam. That was a 1:38, and I'm pretty sure... Oh no. That's not how to do it, is it, boys? Yeah, I think they're aiming for like 135s. He won't do a 135 without a rear wing. Interesting that the rear wing falls off, though. I've not seen that kind of damage physics. It looks like a Supra or something now. Why was I saying a Lexus earlier? It's quite clearly a BMW. Anyway, so why are they so much slower? Was it 135? Or maybe it was a 138.5? You got me thinking now. Let's have a look at Kevin DeHaan. So he's chasing Joe Challoner. Let's just jump on board for a little while. You can see the lap times in the bottom right hand corner. I'm just not convinced that the colours are correct. These two squabbling during qualifying. Ooh. Feel like we're disturbing these two. Maybe we should leave them to it. I haven't actually driven this game so much, but it really does sound and look like the cars move around a great deal. It's quite an interesting physics, shall we say. Oh. Oh, oh. I think we may have just said about being with them being a bit of gooseberry there, but I think they may have just reached the crescendo there. Anyway. A crescendo? Is that? I don't want to say the word climax because that's just... Ugh. Anyway, Tom Lyons. I'm starting to remind myself of the 24-hour commentary now, where they just talk absolute shit for 24 hours straight. So Tom Lyons has gone into the pits. He hasn't just kind of quit to the pits. So do you have to carry out damage repairs whilst in the session? Is this a thing? Is there no way to repair the damage, you know, just instantly? Because that would be interesting. Joe Challoner still out on track with damage, and that was... who was it that he was fighting with? Anyone remember who it was? Was it Kevin? It may have been Kevin. So that car looks still to have some kind of bodywork damage. Tom Lyons still in the pits. Adam Foster with a 37.2. Right, okay, so the car is now repaired. You see the rear wing just appear on the back of that BMW. So we do expect Tom Lyons to be probably putting in the quickest lap, but as it stands, yeah, you can see Adam Foster on pole on a 37.2, and then Kevin DeHaan 0.4 behind, and then Matty Zenko half a second. Sam Wooldridge very, very close to Matty Zenko. 6 minutes 50 to go with this bonus session. So bonus qualifying. We'll have to see if this is something we can... Oh, I suppose, now I'm thinking about it, how would you determine the start positions unless you manually did it? I mean, I have a little thing here. Let's see what happens when I press this. Look, I can set a starting order. What does that do? It doesn't really do anything, does it? Can I click on it? Maybe if I select a driver or something. No, not really sure. That's just flicking between... Well, that's quite good. It's actually counting down. That's really nice, isn't it? So, at the end of qualifying, you can just click this little button, and it goes through the list and tells you where everyone qualifies. Fantastic. Sorry, I am getting distracted. Let me just turn that off. Top 5 are close. Right, okay. Adam Foster. Wesley. Pole. 1:35.5. That's a stonking lap from Wesley. I did seem to think that they were in the 35s. Where have we lost? We've lost our session information. Right, it should be coming back to you. There you go, boys. So Wesley Beekhouse at 1:35.581, which is 1.5 seconds in front of Matty Zenko. And then similar for Adam Foster, as we just saw a car spun on the exit of turn 1. So again, we're seeing a very similar spread to me. You know, the first qualifying session we had about 5 seconds. So it appears that after half an hour of driving, nobody's improved. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Well, certainly some people have, because Tom Lyons and Wes, was it Sam, Wes and Kevin DeHaan, just totally left at the front. So Adam Foster and Aaron certainly on the pace now as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more of those cars into the 35s. I would like to see. So Matty looks. Why have we not got the box up? There we go. Right. So he's targeting a 35.5. What does he do across the line this time around? 36.6, so he's still 1 second off that fast lap from Wesley. So it's closer, but not quite there. He's gained half a second on that lap. Who else have we got that might be going a bit quicker? So Kevin DeHaan looks like he's on a relatively decent lap. Let's see what his time is. He's currently 2 seconds down. Well, he was 2 seconds on the fastest, his fastest lap, at 36.4, so that's better for him. That puts him into second position. So that's a decent lap from Kevin, which puts him in a similar position to where he was in race 1. Oh, and Adam Foster just had a big one there. So quite a few of them pitting. So Kevin's gone round to do another lap. Aaron's just starting a quick lap. Josh Copeland goes up into 5th position with a 1:37.4. So you can see on the timing screen the gaps there to the leader. So 0.8 to Wesley. So again, I'd be expecting Tom Lyons to be putting in a quick lap here. What's he doing now? So yeah, it looks like he should be on a quick lap here. 25.5 is a very quick first sector, good second sector, so this is probably going to be a 35 something. Let's have a look as he crosses the line. 36.2, so not in the 35. So Tom Lyons, he does go second, but he is 6/10 off pole, and it's really getting quite close for second, third and 4th. Only really 3 or 4 tenths there, which is much closer than the qualifying 1 for the first race. Tom on another good lap here, so it'll be interesting to see what he does at the end of that one. Fastest middle sector for Kevin DeHaan on that last lap. So he's now into second, only 0.3 behind on Wesley now, so he's snuck up into second. What's Matty Zenko doing? He's in the pit, so is Adam Foster, so 4th, 5th, 6th, all in the pit. There's just Kevin DeHaan and Tom Lyons out at the moment, so let's have a quick look at Tom Lyons, see if he can put in a good lap here. He's had a good first sector, second sector on par with the fastest. It's not quite there, but this could certainly be a good lap if he continues on this kind of pace for this final sector. There's not much he can really do in this final sector, but let's see as he crosses the line. So Kevin de Haan has also hasn't improved. No, so Tom Lyons did improve 7 thousandths off the back of Kevin de Haan. So really close there. If we look at the nope, can't get that. So the top three within 3/10 here, so that's really close for Wesley, Kevin and Tom. So Wesley Beekhouse, Kevin de Haan and Tom Lyons. Matty Zenko a little bit further back, and he is in the pits, so there's only Sam Wooldridge who's coming round now. He's not quite on the pace here. 37.499. So Sam Wooldridge stays in 7th position. Everyone else in the pit. Tom Lyons is not in the pit, so he can still... No, he can't because he's on the grass. So that's it. We do have Troy Fry, actually. He is still on a lap, so he could improve. He's currently in 11th position on a 1:38.1. So if he can improve on that lap time, then he could move up the leaderboard. First sector, about half a second off the top boys, and then as he goes around here, second sector, he's a couple of seconds slower in that middle sector, so I don't think so. He was 2.5 seconds off, so he's given up on that lap because he knows he can't beat that. So that's a shame for Troy. So let's have a look. Can we get our little there we go. On pole. It doesn't give us a time though, so it's Wesley Beekhouse, followed by Kevin de Haan. Third is Tom Lyons, and then Matty Zenko in 4th. Then Adam Foster in 5th, followed by Josh Copeland in 6th. Sam Wooldridge in the plain black Porsche. I'll try not to talk over there. And then Aaron Sterrett, then followed by Joe Challoner and Ant Brown in 10th position. Not a great qualifying for Ant. Then Troy Fry and Van Dongen in 11th and 12th, followed by Igor Djurovic in 13th and Craig Fulton in 14th. And then I don't know if we actually saw a lap time. Well, we did, by Gabriel in 15th, Harrison in 16th, and Kiss Racing in 17th. But that says Gabriel Ogra. So slight difference in those last 4, and I think that's because they didn't set a correct lap. Landon in the chat. He was going to join us today, but he's not back on time. That's a shame, Landon, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunity to get involved. We're just waiting for this to tick over into the race, so 20 or 15 seconds to go. You can see in the top left there. But yeah, it looks like the actual game, you know, it's providing really good racing, and yeah, it's got a slightly different feel. It'd be nice to see something that drives like R Factor, but just be a little bit more user friendly. I think there's still
lap has started.
There is still a bit of a way to go, but you know, hopefully that will improve. So there's a few of them slow away there at the start. Oh, they are away. So we've got the driver names at the bottom now, so as we're looking at a driver, you'll see who that driver is, and hopefully we can keep on top of it this time round. I don't expect so. I don't expect to, because it is really quite tricky. So who have we got? We've got Wesley and Kevin on pole in second, then Tom Lyons and Matty Zenko. Adam Foster, Josh Copeland, Sam Wooldridge, Aaron Sterrett, Joe Challoner, and Brown, Troy Fry, Van Dongen, Igor Djurovic, Craig Fulton, Gabriel, Harrison, Kiss. Right, okay, there's a lot of 2x2s here, so we're going to have to be clever
Green flag. Green flag.
in how we look at this. So that's Kevin De Haan versus Wesley. Wesley's got the inside. Kevin's going to go around the outside. Tries it. He's going to have the inside for turn 2, and he manages to get that move done. Oh, and there's maybe a bit of contact behind them for third position for Tom Lyons. We've got Matty Zenko right behind him. That happened to Matty in that first race, but we've gotten away with it this time round. As they all file into turn 4, that's who's that on the inside there? That's Josh Copeland looking up the inside of Sam Wooldridge in the black Porsche. Can't get that move done. He's now got Joe Challoner in the white Porsche challenging him. So this is Joe on Josh. Let's have a look a little bit further up, see if there is a battle for the lead. Definitely as we switch through, so it's Kevin followed by Wesley and then Tom Lyons in third. So this is a really good little battle here for the podium positions. We'll try not to lose sight in the background. Joe going up the inside of Josh there, so I think Josh might have, yeah, Josh has got past Joe, and then Sam Wooldridge has been released up front, so it looks like Joe's had a little incident there. Joe's going to send it down the inside. Classic Joe. Josh won't be happy with that, and Josh is now getting overtaken by Craig Fulton, so that's going to make Josh Copeland very, very angry indeed. So let's switch to the front as we cross the line for the completion of the first lap. So Kevin De Haan followed by Wesley, followed by Tom Lyons in third. Those two identical BMWs, 3 BMWs in the top 3 positions as it stands, and then Adam Foster in the Ferrari for 4th position, followed by Matty Zenko in the Lexus, and then Sam Wooldridge in the black Porsche. We then got Joe and this little battle behind him. Joe, Craig, Igor, and then Igor in the Mustang all over the back of Josh, and then Aaron trying to look up the inside of Igor. Thinks about it that time round, but thinks better of it. Good little battling, or good battles all the way through. Oh, and a little punt there between the leaders. So that's second place. Wesley just giving Kevin a little love tap up the hill. He's allowed him to get up the inside round the right-hander, but then the inside is now gifted to Kevin. And then Tom Lyons on the inside of both of them trying to capitalise here. He's stayed back for now, but Wesley's going to have another look at the inside. We'll try and switch to a better view. Tom Lyons thinking about going down the inside. Again, thinks better of it. I need to take a breath or a drink of water because it is really hectic stuff, but really, really good, close racing so far. So this is really nice to see and really promising for the future. Quick look through, see if we're missing anyone. Doesn't look like we've got too much going on. I'm really liking the way the cameras switch cars on this. This is really nice and smooth. And Wesley's gone down the inside of Kevin De Haan for first position. He's lost the rear, and the car swaps ends, and he nearly makes contact with Kevin. So a little change, or the change of direction there, like a pendulum, lost the rear. So Wesley down to 6th position. The cameraman doesn't know where to look, so that's allowed Kevin away at the front and Tom Lyons. So he was really under pressure there from Wesley, but Wesley just losing the rear in the exit of turn 1. He then corrected, and then the car just didn't want to recover from that slide, and it just swapped ends on him. So that is a shame. So we'll have to keep an eye on Wesley, because he will be no doubt very, very quick for the rest of the race and making his way back up. Currently 7th. He's got Joe Challoner in front of him. And then we see this little battle here in front of Joe between Sam Wooldridge, Matty Zenko and Adam Foster in the Ferrari. You can see on the leaderboard all of your time. So Sam Wooldridge currently the closest battle with Matty Zenko. They're under a second, although Igor Jurovic is really, really close. And as we say that, he goes into the back of Craig Fulton and loses it. We also had Aaron Sterrett and Van Dongen really, really close in there as well, with Ant Brown getting past those guys. So again, another really, really close race with some fantastic battles all the way up and down the field. Even though the lap times are quite different, we're seeing some really good, well-matched battles all the way through the grid. Let's jump on board with Sam Wooldridge chasing down Adam Foster in 4th. So Sam's in 5th, the car in front, that Ferrari, is in 4th, and then just in front of them is Matti Zenko in 3rd position. A good race so far from Matti Zenko, and then the leaders 3 or 4 seconds up the road. Let's jump on with Adam Foster then, because he's right up behind Matti Zenko. He's going to be aware of Sam Wooldridge behind him as well, so not only does he have to concern himself with the car in front, but also this Porsche behind. Really good stuff from these guys. Battle for the lead is really, really close, and Tom Lyons has gone through on Kevin De Haan. We missed it on the stream, but he has made that move stick, and Kevin's going to be trying to come back at Tom Lyons for the lead of this race. There's only 7 minutes gone. Can Kevin do anything about the pace of Tom? Because he's just gone 7/10 quicker than the pace of Kevin. So Kevin's he's going to need to pull out all the stops here to stick with Tom and match that time. He's all over the curbs, as you can see there in turn 2, trying to get this run through 3 down to 4. Can he do anything with that? Will Tom Lyons feel the need to defend? He's not defending, and Kevin's has a little look, but he stayed really, really close to the back of the white and red BMW. Let's have a quick look behind. So Matti Zenko has managed to gap Adam Foster quite significantly. So now Adam Foster's got Sam Wooldridge in the Porsche for company. Leaders still really, really close. Let me know if there's any other battles that's close. I can see Troy Fry. He's having a good battle with Craig Fulton there. Trying to go around the outside. Good little battle, but we will switch back to the front because this is raging on. It'll be interesting to see what the lap time is this time around. A little bit wide. I'm not sure what the deal is with track cuts on this title. Oh, but Tom's wide, and Kevin De Haan has got back underneath Tom Lyons in the final corner and going to take this speed all the way over the top of the hill. Tom Lyons still managing to get a good exit though, so he could potentially be in a position to challenge back into turn 1. We shall see. Does Kevin go defensive? He doesn't think he needs to, so Tom Lyons then back down to 2nd position after stealing that 1st position from Kevin De Haan, and it's all back to how it was. 21.5 minutes to go. Good battle between Adam Foster and Sam Wooldridge here for 4th and 5th position. So Adam Foster currently in 4th position. We've got Sam all over the back of him, really putting him on some good pressure as we switch to the leaders. Oof! Adam moving across to reminiscent of a certain McLaren manoeuvre there. Just closing the door and leaving Sam Wooldridge nowhere to go, but Sam knew better than to drive to the back of that Ferrari. Again, the leaders staying very, very close. So this is a good sign for Kevin De Haan. Last lap round was a 36 flat for Tom Lyons, but a 35.8 for Kevin. So Kevin really managing to stay on the back of Tom Lyons. It'll be interesting to see if Tom gets his head down and finds that extra lap time, because we know he's quick. This time across the line, it is a 36 flat. No, it's not. I've still got the problem of only seeing the best lap times. Oh, and Tom's gone wide there. This is interesting again, so there's going to be another contest down into turn 4. He's weaving all over the back. He's gone to the inside, so will Tom... And he goes back to the normal racing line. Tom turns in a little bit early. He's going to go a little bit deep there. And Kevin might get a good run up the hill. It's not enough to get alongside him, but he's really got Tom under pressure here and thinking about defending into the right kink. Keeping an eye on the Sam Wooldridge battle and also Aaron Sterrett in 7th, because they're quite close as well. Let's have a quick look there. So we've got Ant Brown in the Mustang. These two very, very close. Sam Wooldridge all over the back of Adam Foster. Still, he tries to get a good run through there, but a good exit from the Ferrari. Small gap opened at the front, but that gap was present on the previous lap. Kevin managed to reel him in the mid sector of the lap, but he is definitely pulled out a gap here. You can see on the timing he's 0.6 seconds in front this time around, so he won't have to defend into turn 1 this time. Let's have a look at these battles further behind. This, the battle for 4th position between the Ferrari of Adam Foster and the 397 car of Sam Wooldridge, the Porsche. Totally different lines through there, so let's have a quick jump on board. Let's see if we can spot any advantage. Do like this camera angle, it gives you a really good sense of speed and a bit of the undulation of the circuit, but I dare say even this doesn't really give you the full sense of the vertical change around this circuit, because we know it is basically on a hillside. Right up behind the Ferrari now. See right into the gearbox of that GT3 car. Looks like Sam was a little bit hesitant on the throttle. It's like all the cars really want to push on the exit. A little snap of oversteer from the Porsche there. Goes a little bit wider to try and get a better exit. Stabs the throttle mid-core and it just pushes him out wide. The Ferrari lives to tell another day. Going a little bit wide there, but keeps it on the circuit. Both get good exits there, but the Porsche might be right in the slipstream here. He's going to be right up behind the Ferrari, as close as you like. We can see what that Ferrari had for lunch. Will he try a move into turn 1? He's gone to the outside because Adam Foster has gone defensive. He'll do well to get around the outside, but he will then have the inside for turn 2 if he can hang it. He's trying. They've both gone quite deep, but he has stayed on the inside for turn 2. Sam Wooldridge on the inside manages to keep that position. It's a drag race down through 3, down the short straight into 4. So this is going to be a battle, a little bump, a little love bump there down the straight, only inches between the wing mirrors into the left-hander. Foster on the inside. Wooldridge tries to go around the outside, manages to stay on the track just about, and he's still maintained the inside for this next sector. Oh, he's just dropped back. It's not defended by the Ferrari, but the Ferrari chops his nose into the right kink, and I think he's got that move safe, back safe from where he was. So all back to how you were. I'm struggling to speak, but a great little battle there between these two. Let's have a quick look at the front. So it looks like there's a nice gap between Tom Lyons and Kevin De Haan now with 15 minutes to go. Matti Zenko in a bit of a race of his own. Then we've got this Adam Foster and Sam Wooldridge battle, which still rages on. Then Ant Brown just in front of Troy Fry, so he's managed to get Troy recently, and then Aaron Sterrett. Then Igor Jurovic on his own with Craig Fulton a little bit further behind. Not sure what Craig was doing there. And then big gaps for the rest of the field. So let's go back to this little battle here, because it still rages on as they go down the main straight. This is going to be really close. Look at that Porsche. Goes to the outside. Can he do the same move again? But no, this time he's going to try a switchback. A little tap there, but the Ferrari managed to get it stopped on the apex. Good little defensive driving from Adam Foster there. Through turn 3. We're not quite at turn 11 just yet. But these two really having a good battle, and I'm sure they're both enjoying this. It's been nice, tidy stuff. A few little bits of contact here and there, but that's what racing's all about. The Porsche looking like it's really strong in a straight line. The Ferrari maybe slightly better on the brakes. It takes a tighter line through the kink. Obviously these guys still getting used to the handling of these cars. He might try it on the inside. He's thought about it. Ooh, gets very, very close to the back of the Ferrari. He's getting encouragement in the chat to send it. Still 14 minutes to go though, so he's got plenty of time to do a bold manoeuvre. I think for now he just needs to work this Ferrari. This is the final podium position. It looks like he's got it all wrong there. I don't know what happened. Did he lose the rear? Sam Wooldridge just lost a load of time. Looks like he spun the rears up on the exit. But this is for the final podium position. I don't know if Adam Foster just waited for him there just to continue the activities. Weaving down the straight, obviously enjoyed that. Because Matty Zenko is really quite far up the circuit, so I don't think they're going to catch them, and they're looking really safe to Ant Brown, who's like, how 15 seconds behind, 20 seconds? So these guys in a race of their own for that final podium position. So let's have another go. Through 3. Where is the Porsche going to go? Oh, and he's got up the inside because the Ferrari's wide. Side by side then. This time the Porsche on the inside of Sam Wooldridge. How will they do on the braking? Ferrari decides to tuck back on the inside. Oh, and he's gone wide. Thought the Ferrari was going to do a bit of a switchback, but he's gone wide, but he's carried really good speed. Through the exit, the Porsche stayed on the circuit, but not managing to carry the same amount of speed as the Ferrari. Now it's Sam's turn to try and defend, see how he likes it, because we all know it's usually easier to chase than to lead. Placing the car in the middle of the circuit there from Sam Wooldridge. Let's have a look back at the Ferrari. I like the one without the rear wing better. It's not as close this time around, unfortunately. Big gaps further down. Actually, Aaron Sterrett. Oh! Troy Fry loops it. Let's just jump out of that. Troy Fry was really close there, but he's looped it on the final corner. And this is Aaron really close to the back of Ant Brown. So they go side by side into turn 1. Ant Brown on the inside. Aaron on the outside. Aaron tries to come back in tight, but the understeer, he just can't get the nose in. Ant Brown lives to fight another day. They're both hustling the curb on the inside. You can see it's unsettling the cars as they go through turn 3. A little bit wide from Aaron there. And this battle continues. Where are the gaps then? So we've still got the Sam Wooldridge and Adam Foster battle. Only 6 or 7 tenths between them there. And then Matty Zenko's joining this battle. There he is in the Lexus. So he's caught up to the up to the back of Adam Foster, who a minute ago had a massive gap back to Matty. So all of that battling between those two has caused them to be caught up by the 4th position Matty Zenko. So he's gone from being in 3rd position. Oh, hang on, we've lost someone. What's happened? Hang on, wasn't Matty Zenko ahead? I'm confused, chat. I think Matty Zenko was in 2nd, wasn't he? Right, well this is interesting because now Okay, so Matty Zenko trying to get past Adam Foster to get back up the field, because I don't think he was behind these guys. I'm pretty sure Adam Foster was fighting for third, whereas now he finds himself in third after being overtaken by Sam Wooldridge. So I think Matty Zenko has gone from second to fourth. So this is a good battle. Matty Zenko jinks to the inside. He knows he's probably got the pace over Adam, but there is only 9.5 minutes to go. The Ferrari turns in. Matty on the inside. He's managed to keep it there. He'll be on the outside up the hill though. Can he do anything through this fast right-hander, or will he just have to back out? He's trying to go round the outside. He's holding it. He's given room, but it's really difficult to go around the outside there. And he's going to need to find a better way of getting through past that Ferrari. That has allowed Adam Foster to get away, just break a few car lengths in front. Oh, really close from Matty then. A small touch into the back of Adam. Nothing major, but it just shows how close these guys are and how hard they're pushing. Tom Lyons is out at the front with a 5-second lead, so he's pretty much got this race in the bag. And Sam Wooldridge has really been let off the hook here. He managed to make a good move on Adam Foster, and he's made the most of it and managed to gap Adam. And Adam is really coming under pressure now from Matty Zenko, who's got the straight line speed down there into the turn one. That Lexus is quick in a straight line, but the Ferrari, good on the brakes, manages to get it stopped and blocks the apex. A good defensive position there from Adam Foster. Manages to maintain third position for one more lap. 8 minutes 15 to go. It's a long way to go though, and he's going to have to defend hard because that Lexus is quick. Look, he just pulls out up the inside, and I think he's going to get this move done. Adam's fighting around the outside. There's a little bit of contact, but nothing major. He's given room by Matty Zenko, which is really nice to see. A little bit more door rubbing, but it's all good. Up the hill then. Adam refusing to give this position up. He just wants to try and keep some part of his car up alongside Matty's. A little touch there and it unsettled the Ferrari, but still side by side round this Interlagos circuit. Oh, he's really close to the back bumper of Matty. A little tap once again, but really good racing, and that's what we want to see. Giving plenty of space is Matty. Oh, a little snap of the rear from Matty in the Lexus, but he's managed to keep it on the black stuff. And oh, a little bit wide from Adam there, but he's managing to stay with the pace. You get the impression Adam is throwing everything at this just to try and hang on to the back of these guys. It might be worth him trying to follow Matty now and seeing if he can catch up to the back of Sam Wooldridge in second, because Sam Wooldridge has absolutely left them and he's actually catching the leader. The gap to the leader on the last lap was 4.7 seconds, is now 2.5. So either Tom Lyons is having issues, he's slowing down for more entertainment value, or Sam Wooldridge is on it, because his last lap was a 37 flat, and no, that's his best lap again. I really need some way to see what lap times these guys are doing, because that's kind of crucial. Okay, so you see the gap on the screen, 2.7 as it stands. Is there anything going on with Tom Lyons? There's damage. Is that damage, or is that just a giant intake on the bonnet? No, that's just a giant intake. Okay, so no apparent damage here for Tom Lyons. All looks good. Looks like this battle again is the closest one. Oh, he's just dropped back a little bit there. Oh, actually, Aaron Sterrett right on the back of Ant Brown. So we saw this little battle a few laps ago. Ant Brown in the black and gold Ford Mustang, followed by Aaron Sterrett in the 78 Lexus, which has got the same livery as half of the field, which is really frustrating. But we will get through it. Only 5.5 minutes to go. Let me know if there's any close battles that I may miss. I think 11th down are either DNFs or in the pit. We've had some big names retired, so Kevin DeHaan, Wesley Beekhouse, Josh Copeland and Joe Challoner, all with a DNF. Gabriel, Ogra, Harrison Fulton and Kiss in the pits, so they've retired. So only 10 cars out of the 17 still running here. So that explains some of the gaps. There's been some pretty big incidents going on. Gaps really kind of equalising or stabilising now. So the closest one I can see is this gap here. But having said that, the gap at the front, only 1.8 seconds. What is going on? Even Matty Zenko is catching the back of Sam Wooldridge. So these two are catching the leader. So you can see in this shot we have on board with third place Matty Zenko. Then in front of him is the black Porsche of Sam Wooldridge, and then the car in the distance who looks to be struggling on the exit there, the red and white BMW, is Tom Lyons, and he seems to have significantly less lap time at the moment. These guys are right on him, only 3 minutes 53 seconds to go, and what was a 5-second gap is now just 3.5 seconds between the top three. Sorry, just 1.5 seconds between the top three. So this could get interesting. Whether it's for the lead or just for second place, I'm not so sure. But this could certainly get interesting. Oh, and Tom's lost it. He's in the wall. Tom Lyons lost it hard into the wall. He's lost a wheel. That is a big mistake from Tom Lyons. That is devastating for him. The graphics on that wheel are awful. He's got 3 wheels on his wagon. You've still got 3 minutes to go, Tom. Are you going to get it back to the pits? I don't know. But I'm liking the fact the wheels fall off these things. I mean, it's worth sticking with this game just for that alone. That is devastating news for Tom Lyons, and that's allowed Sam Wooldridge in the black Porsche with the custom livery that isn't so custom at the minute to take the lead, but he's got Matty Zenko hot on his heels, and Matty Zenko, having made a mistake that took him from about second down to fourth, is now making his way back to the front of the field. That's Craig Fulton being lapped by these two. Oh, and Sam Wooldridge is off wide. That's really compromised his exit out the final turn. That's just allowed Matty Zenko to drive straight past in the Lexus. Has that Porsche got anything underneath that bonnet to pull back to the Lexus? The Lexus is just driving away, look. Driving away down the start-finish straight. Do we have more downforce? Can we do anything in the mid part of the lap? Lots of high speed, long corners around this circuit, so downforce really is key. Yeah, a few face palms in the chat because everyone's throwing it off the road. That's a shame for Sam because he had a really good race up until then and managed to get to the front of the field after that mistake from Tom Lyons. But now Matty Zenko, who we know has got really good pace, has found himself back at the front of this race with only 1 minute 20 to go. Adam Foster in third position, quite far back actually, because that's the lapped car of Craig Fulton that's behind these two, as you just see in the background there. Ant Brown getting close to the back of Aaron, and I think Ant Brown was in front at one point, so this battle has swapped positions as far as I can tell. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lexus is king. Yeah, the Lexus looks strong round here. Was wondering why so many people had chosen this car, but it's becoming apparent. Can Sam do anything about this though? Because he's staying on the pace. We know Sam is a quick driver and he won't give up until this race is over. 30 seconds to go, so we'll cross the line this time, and I think this may be the last lap. Can he do anything about that red? Oh, and he's gone deep in the first corner. Matty Zenko's gone deep. Porsche takes a much better line, quite a lot of curb. unable to really commit to the third corner there, but that still allowed him to be in touching distance of the Lexus on this last lap. The timer clicks down to 0, so we're on 0, so I'm pretty sure if they cross the line now, that will be race over. Big gaps further down the field, so this is the closest battle, so we will stick with this battle. Can Sam Wooldridge do anything to reclaim the lead of this race, or is the outright pace from Matty Zenko in that Lexus too much to deal with? Can Matty hang on? Can he not make a mistake under pressure from Sam? Sam's got nothing to lose. He's got a big gap back to Adam Foster in third, about 5.5, 6 seconds, so he can afford to have a little wiggle if needs be, but Matty Zenko needs to keep this on the straight and narrow. So far he's doing an excellent job because he's managed to gap him in the middle of the sector. Just the final kind of corner and braking zone to go. Just needs to keep it planted up the hill, and I think he's going to stay in the lead and take victory for race 2 here at Interlagos. So that's a great race from Matty Zenko and a great race with Sam Wooldridge, who's gone into the pits on the last lap. Maybe it's a shorter line, not sure. Great racing from these two. Matty throws it into the barriers. Adam Foster, also a great little race from him. Aaron Sterrett and Ant Brown still going at it, but Ant Brown quite a long way back now, so he's dropped off the back of Aaron. Then we've got Troy Fry in the BMW coming round in 6th position. Then a long way back we've got Igor Jurovic and then Craig Fulton, who we know is a lap down, and then Van Dongen, who's having some sort of incident there. He's lost his rear wing, and then Tom Lyons DNF, as we know. So only 9 finishers in this race, so a race of attrition in race 2. Really good race though. Yes, we've had a lot of DNFs, but we had some really good hard racing after the second qualifying session, so that was really good from my opinion. I'm well up for some more of that if we can get some nice big grids. You know, this 17 is a really good amount of people to have, so we should get the finishing order there. It says starting order, but actually no, that's wrong, isn't it? That's a shame. Let's turn that off. Yeah, pretty good. Impressed with that. All the guys have left, I think. Van Dongen. There he goes, across the line. Missing his rear wing. But good stuff. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Yeah, really unfortunate for a couple of the guys. Little mistakes. But, you know, if we're making little mistakes, it's usually because they're being put under a lot of pressure. And there was some really good close racing this evening, and yeah, I think hopefully some of the boys should have enjoyed that. Obviously a few of the guys maybe not so much, but hopefully we can come back another week and try and build on this, because that was really good racing, and seems like the game lends itself to some really nice close battles. So yeah, we'll leave it there. I think I will say goodbye. You can just see my arms. Maybe this can be my new view. Just never see my face. But thanks very much for joining us. We can jump back. Well, hopefully we'll do another stream another day. Whether we'll be racing or just streaming with some commentary, we'll see. But for now, I think